Hey little bro, let's have a chat. When I was younger, I grew up in a weird parental situationship, which I think is common for a lot of men these days. My mum was an immigrant, right, from Greece. And she was very overbearing. You know the way that it is when you come from like an immigrant family. And they're sat there and it's like, what have you done today? What's this work? Have you done much homework today? All this shit, constantly overbearing about school and education. And my dad, on the other hand, came from quite a poor background in like East London. And he was distant, bro. Like he didn't really talk to me much. He didn't really hug me, tell me he loved me, stuff like this. Like I think it's a dynamic that's replicated across a lot of young men these days. And it's that combo of like the overbearing mother, the mother who's trying her best, but is just overbearing is the truth of the matter, and the father that is distant. And yeah, I think this is relatable for a lot of people in this self-improvement sphere. Is that idea of having the overbearing mother combined with the distant or maybe even not there father. That is where a lot of the problems of this generation have come from. And what does this create, bro? And like I said, it creates a weird dynamic where on the one hand, your parents' love is entirely conditional on your performance. You kind of feel like, I don't know, that there isn't love unless you do certain things, unless you act in certain ways, unless you don't go out to a party, or unless you don't get a great grade at school. Their love is very much so conditional on this performance, sometimes specifically academic. And on the other side is this feeling of trying to impress them. And that's something that stays with you for a long time. Even after moving out of my parents' house, still in the back of my mind, there's this constant impetus, this constant looming shadow of me needing to impress them in some sort of way. Everything I do, I have to sit there and think, at least subconsciously, how will my parents react to this? Will they be impressed by the things that I'm doing? Or will they think it's stupid? And like I said, bro, that feeling is still there to this day, but one day you will realize that you need to break free from your parents, from these parental expectations. The only way you can live a life true to yourself is to break free from parental expectations. And it's hard, bro. I get it. Parents suck. And it is very difficult. It's a very hard thing to do because they're such a big part of your life, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. You still love them. They still love you, but it's difficult. The thing is, parents are ignorant, especially families like that, where perhaps the parents aren't that well off, where maybe they're immigrants, maybe they came from rough backgrounds, but there is a certain level of ignorance there. And it's not ignorance, but it's a true belief that because of the situations they grew up in, these things that you're telling them aren't possible. When you sit there and you tell your parents that maybe you don't want this job and you want to make something more of your life, they'll look at you and they'll say it's stupid because for them, true value comes from security and from the things that working a traditional 9-to-5 job gives. But if you want something more, then you need to break free from that from those expectations. And here's the thing is, bro, if you are on channels like this, if you're reading books like the books that you're reading, if you're pursuing businesses like the ones that you're pursuing, then you do want to be something different. And if you want to achieve those things, then the sad truth is that you have to break free from your parental expectations. And like I said, it is difficult, and it is. And there's not really any advice I can give you. Basically, you're going to have to do things that hurt. You're going to have to go through things because you believe them to be right by you, even if your parents will be there telling you that it's stupid, telling you that what you're doing is dumb, that you should be doing this instead. But you're going to get through it, and they're going to get through it. And when you can sit there and you can show them true success, when you can show them material success that you've achieved through your pursuits, then they'll come around to it. You have to break free from them, but it's not because you don't love them, it's because you need to. So you need to choose a path in your life that you want to do, not a path that your parents want for you or that will make you the most money. A lot of the kids at my school when I was there wanted to become doctors, right? That's just what they wanted to be. Their parents were doctors, their parents were telling them to become doctors. And so what they wanted to do in their life was to become doctors. But you'd ask them, do you really want to do this? And they wouldn't really fill you with that much enthusiasm. I was kind of sat there like, fuck, the NHS is in the hands of these people who don't really give a shit about doing medicine. Most of them were in it either for their parents or for the money involved. And I kind of got into that mentality as well. So when I was a young kid, the thing I wanted to be, believe it or not, was a vet. I'd spend like the entire summer holidays looking up different first aid things to do on cats and drawing out cat anatomies. I got proper into this shit. I really wanted to be a vet. But then one day something fucking ridiculous happened, right? I went onto Google and I started typing in like vet average salary, architect average salary. And on that website that I was using, the average salary for a vet was like £30,000 a year. And then for an architect, it was like 60. For a lawyer, it was like 90. And I was like, fuck this, bro. I don't want to do that. So I decided at that point that I'd give up on my passion and my dreams because I didn't think it earned enough money. And instead, I chose A-levels. I chose politics, English, and geography. 3 A-levels that you definitely can't go into veterinary science with. And I chose to do law at university. 3 years down the line, I came out of it with a law degree, a good one at that. But what does it matter? Because I don't want to be a lawyer. You see, passion trumps money in this kind of regard. Because here's the thing, bro. I've got 2 things to say to you. Number 1 is, so what if it makes you more money if you don't actually end up doing it? And number 2 is anything that you do well will earn you money. So to break down that first point a bit more, look at me, right? I have a law degree, but I don't want to be a lawyer. And so what does it matter? Realistically, the jobs I'm going to pursue are things like journalism, things like charity work, jobs that don't require a degree at all. Maybe my law degree will help me in some kind of subconscious way, but I'm not using it for exactly what it's intended for. Although it might earn me on average £100,000 a year, I won't tap into that income because I don't want to do it. You need to want to do things to actually earn the money that they bring you anyway. And then the second point is that for so long I was so against the idea of becoming a vet because I didn't believe it would make me enough money. But brother, if you are the best at anything that you do, if you reach the level of success in anything you do, you will earn money. Who knows, maybe I would have become the best vet in fucking England and started a national pet ambulance service or some shit like that. Brother, there is always money to make in anything. So don't look at a job that you want to pursue and turn it down because you don't believe it will make you enough money. That's kind of the point of that, is I made a mistake there. And those mistakes will haunt you because 5 years down the line, you'll be at the place where, okay, now you realise money doesn't matter as much and you want to become a vet, but what the fuck are you going to do, bruv? Are you going to go back to school and retake your A-levels? Are you going to go back to uni and study a new 6-year course? Like, these mistakes have lasting impacts. So don't do things that you will regret 6 years down the line because at the moment you think that money is more important than it is, that impressing your parents means something. You're going to be alive for the next 60, 70 years, touch wood. And are you going to live that life because when you were 18, so 60 fucking years ago, you couldn't have a discussion with your parents where you told them, Dad, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to do this instead. You're going to live your entire life in the shadow of that one failure to converse. That one failure to communicate will mean that the rest of your life is lived in the shadow of that decision. Brother, it is so hard, but I'm telling you, you need to prioritize yourself. You need to find something that you truly want to do. So go and watch my video on vocations, but you need to discover your passion in life and pursue that. Don't do things without reason. Then the last thing I want to say is just keep going, little bro. Like, I made this video kind of speaking to myself as a kid. These are the things that I'd want to say specifically to myself as a young man. And the other one is just that, is keep going. Because I know at this time in your life, you're on this self-improvement journey, you're doing things that other people aren't. Maybe you look around at your friends and you see they're all going to parties. This is definitely what I was doing. I was looking at them all and seeing them going to parties, seeing them getting with girls, seeing them doing drugs, and I was thinking, do you know what, I want to be doing that? That looks like a fucking fun life. But I wasn't. I was on self-improvement. I was meditating every day, taking cold showers. I was on NoFap. I was doing these things that for some reason I believed were better in myself. And I'll just tell you this now, bro. 5 years down the line, you realize the path you are on right now is superior. So keep going, little bro. That's just the thing I want to basically say is right now it might seem weird. Maybe you don't know why you're doing these things. You don't have a set purpose. And so the self-improvement you're doing, to you, maybe it just seems like you're skipping out on fun that you could be having. Your youth is supposed to be the time that you enjoy. Maybe for you, there are kids who are bullying you. They're calling you fucking gay for going to the gym. They're calling you stupid for making a YouTube video. Maybe they're doing these things and self-improvement doesn't seem like it's really doing much for you. But trust me, bro, it is. It is the superior path. And 5 years down the line, you'll realize that. You'll realize that what you're doing right now is building the groundwork for something beautiful and something amazing in the future. Right now, it seems like a waste of time, but in the future, you will see the value of it. What you've been doing this whole time is laying the groundwork. And these things compound. So maybe now it seems weird. You're kind of fucking up a bit. You're relapsing every couple of days. You're taking like cheat meals and skipping days at the gym. But what you have to realize, bro, is at your age, at the age of 15, 16, that is an amazing thing. Because other people don't even know NoFap exists, or they do and they think it's stupid. Other people aren't even going to the gym. Other people aren't even looking after their diet. The fact that you are and failing is better than the people who aren't at all. Because right now you are failing, yeah, but 4 years down the line, you will be succeeding in all those metrics. And other people still will be fucking sucking at it. See what you're doing now as an investment into your future. Maybe it's not cool. Maybe you're not getting invited to the parties for it. Maybe your parents don't think it's that impressive. But brother, just know that I am proud of you. I am so proud of you for this journey that you are on, because even though other people might not think much of it now, trust me when I say that 5 years down the line, when you decide and discover what really matters in life, you will realize that the things you're doing now are important. They are what put you on a superior path. Discovering this purpose, creating a work ethic, creating a discipline and a sense of wanting to look after yourself and your health and your well-being. These are the things that matter 5 years down the line. And what you're doing is building the groundwork for that. You might not be going to the parties, but trust me, bro, they suck. They're fucking shit. You are giving up a crap life for something great in the future. What these other people are doing is living in the present and foregoing their future entirely. That's all I want to say to you, bros. I am so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you guys. You're all doing so well. Just being on this journey is what matters, and I am so proud. So come and have a chat with me on the Discord. Give me a free call if you want. The link for both those is in the description. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Manifest excellence. Goodbye.